Hello and welcome to Mr. Ridley's Design and Technology. As you can see, we're working here on the Amplifier project, and previously I've added resistors and capacitors to this circuit. If we turn it over and we look, and we can see that the soldering is neat, and particularly where the pads are quite close, we haven't bridged any of the solder. What we're going to add now is the jack socket here, which is to plug in a power source or music source, and the switch, and you can see those clearly marked on there. So if we take the switch first, the switch pushes on, and there are 3 legs and 2 locating tabs. Now if you look there, we can see that the pads are quite close. So we're going to get our soldering iron. We've cleaned the tip of our soldering iron, we've added some solder, and now we're going to just carefully add solder to each of the pads. We're also going to add solder to the locating tabs. Locating tabs just give a mechanical hold to hold the component in. Just tidy that up there, and the last stage is using the clippers to just take off any excess legs. Now if you look there, and you can see that the pads, there's no solder bridging the pads. I've put the smallest amount of solder I need to locate that. Now we're looking at fitting the jack socket, and the jack socket fits like that, if you can see that there, and again we've got close fitting pads. So we're going to push this down here level, we're going to make sure our soldering iron tip is clean, and we're going to tin it, and we're just going to touch the soldering iron. A tip here is if the board's moving about, you can locate it just with a tool like that, and you can see that I'm touching the solder onto the pad, soldering iron onto the pad, and adding solder. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pads there, and might be just a little to trim off those. I can trim a tiny amount of those, really get them nice and neat. And there, so we can see that I've added the switch there, the on-off switch, and the jack, and you can see there, nice neat soldering, no solder bridges there, no excessive solder, no solder going onto the other pads. So that's fitting the switch and the jack to our circuit. Thanks for watching.